I have over the years been criticized for not being aggressive enough. Getting people and say, this is it, and grab the other members of the Congress, do this, and blah, blah, and I just don't believe it works. What does work, though, is waiting for them to ask the question. And I feel very good that they're asking more questions. And they will ask you more questions as time goes on. And I will have members. I had one member several years back. He would come, and he had been in Congress, and I went back in '96. And he'd come, and he was a young guy. He'd come down, and he'd sit beside me. He's Ron. He says, "Why'd you vote that way?" And I'd explain it to him, because it was usually one of those votes when I was voting by myself. So that was a little strange. Who was this crazy new guy that just came back into Congress? So he did that 3, 4, 5 times, and all of a sudden he started voting up there. There were 2 of us. And he was an original member of the Liberty Caucus in Congress, and now he's the governor of South Carolina, Mark Sanford. And lately I have had more people come at a quiet moment. They wouldn't want anybody else to know, and they would ask me questions. And how does the Federal Reserve work? Like one person came up to me not too long ago on the banking committee and said, "You mean our dollar is not backed by gold?" So, but I also get more coming now and asking questions like, "What should I do with my money? Where do you buy gold?" Things are changing. The conditions that are ripe for us, they're very dangerous. But one other thing is, when doing this, it's very important that we have fun doing it, because we don't know exactly what happens today, tomorrow, the next day. People will say, "Well, when is the big crash coming?" Well, a big portion of the crash has already happened. The financial system has come unglued. But the big one with the dollar, I don't know, 2, 3 years. But I don't think so much about the exact date, because we don't know. But what I do think about is, do I understand it right? Do I know the issues as best I can? And am I doing as much as I can? And have as much fun. Being with people who are like-minded should be a lot of fun. This can be energizing. This can do a lot for us in what we're doing, because we have allies. And just remember, we don't have to wait for the 51%. We just need people like you who are part of that 3 or 4 or 5% who will lead this country, just as there were 3 or 4 or 5% of the people who led us in the original revolution. Let us emulate the original revolution and win.